Hello students, welcome back to OrganiChemVerse YouTube channel. In this video I am going to solve a question based on halogenation concept. First I will explain halogenation, then we can start solving this example. What is halogenation of an alkane? When you replace a hydrogen from the carbon by chlorine, we call this as chlorination, or in general halogenation reaction. You can see here the hydrogen is being replaced by chlorine, and this is a photochemical reaction. That means it happens in presence of sunlight. Why we have to remove only from this carbon? Can we remove from here? Yeah, we can remove hydrogen from the second carbon, and the chlorination can happen at the second carbon. So we get mixture of products. This reaction is called as halogenation, and if you do it with chlorine, we are going to call it as chlorination. Now, why don't we remove hydrogen from here? If we remove hydrogen from here and replace it with chlorine, then we are going to get same product as shown here. It's 1-chloropropane. Why is it so? It's because of presence of symmetrical hydrogens. What do you mean by symmetrical hydrogens? It means when you replace hydrogen either from here or here, you are going to get the same product, because both the methyls are attached to the same carbon and both are methyl group. Hence, whether you remove from here or here, you are going to get the same product. I hope you have understood what is halogenation. Now, get back to the question. Let me read the question. How many dichlorinated products, including stereoisomers, can be isolated when S2-chlorobutane reacts with chlorine in presence of sunlight? S2-chlorobutane is already given in the question, so you are supposed to find out how many products are going to be formed. Let's analyze this question properly. Why it says dichlorinated products? Because your reactant, that is 2-chlorobutane, already has one carbon. So when you do halogenation of this, you are going to get a dichloro products. That is one thing. Second, stereoisomers. That means what? They are combining two properties, that is halogenation with isomerism. And also you see here it is S2-chloro. What do you mean by S? It is configuration of a chiral carbon. First, let's see what is chiral carbon. A carbon attached to 4 different groups is called as chiral carbon. Here it is attached to ethyl, chlorine, hydrogen and methyl. That's why it is chiral carbon. And why is it S configured? So when you give priority to the groups or atoms, the first priority goes to this based on the atomic mass, second to this, third to this and fourth to this. And look at these groups 1, 2, 3. How is it going? It is going in a clockwise direction. Whenever it is clockwise direction, we call it as R. Before checking for the 4th priority group. Where is 4th priority group? The 4th priority group is in the horizontal position. Therefore, R will become S. If the 4th priority is in the vertical position, R usually remains R, S will remain S. Therefore, the given molecule is S. So, this is S configured. You don't have to do this in the exam because the question already says it is S. Okay, this is just for your information. What exactly is S? In order to understand, I have given this explanation. Now, get back to the halogenation. Whenever you do halogenation, you are supposed to replace hydrogen by the chlorine. Since our reactant already has one chlorine, we are going to get dichloro products. Let me rewrite the molecule like this so that it will be easy to predict the structure of the products. Now, is this methyl and methyl symmetrical? No, they are not symmetrical because they are not attached to the same carbon, or at least similar type of carbon. Here we have CH2 and here we have carbon. Therefore, they are not symmetrical. What does that mean? That means upon replacing, you are going to get two different products. So let me write those products by replacing both. Okay, from here and here I am talking. Okay, so when you replace, look at this, one chlorine here, one chlorine here, therefore it's a dichloro product. Now we are going to get two different products from replacing hydrogen from two methyl groups. All right, now let's remove hydrogen from here, this carbon. Okay, so when you remove from this particular carbon, look at this, you can write the product like this, by replacing hydrogen from chlorine on this carbon, on the second carbon here, right, in fact it is third carbon, you are generating a chiral carbon here because it is attached to four different groups. That means what? It can be, the hydrogen can be on the right side or on the left side, right? Therefore, what happens? You can write hydrogen here and chlorine here. What about the rest of the molecule? You have to write that as it is. Therefore, I got one more product because the question says you have to write stereoisomers. So these are the two stereoisomers. We have replaced from here, and from here itself I got two, right? And from here I have already written here. Why not this one? Definitely we can remove from here as well. So what you can write here, CH3, CH2, CCl2 and CH3. This is the other products. So among all the products, there is one carbon where we have generated a chiral carbon. Therefore, you have to write possible stereoisomers for that. And then you can count the number of all products. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 5. So, where is it? It is present as option D. Therefore, the right option is option D. Once you get used to this concept of symmetrical hydrogen and how you can replace hydrogen with chlorine, in the exam, if you want to save some time, you don't want to write all the products. Students, remember, simply you write down hydrogen from where you can replace. See, I can replace from here 1, 2, 3. I got 3, right? And definitely you can remove from here. So it will be more than 3. And more than 3, there is only one such option. That is option D. So directly you can go ahead with option D. I hope I made halogenation and stereoisomerism concept clear to you. Thank you for watching this video. Until next time.